Hello here. I messed up monitor capture. I'm gonna fix that real quick. Trying to that like a red bar. Close enough. Looks like there's like a slight border, but cool. Anyway, this is a popper deck I was looking at. There's a popper challenge, whatever, in an hour. And I was thinking about playing it, but honestly, oh, Blast Runner's popper all that. Yeah, I don't want to play with Mind Goblin. I think we're just gonna play some goblins. Modern Mordor goblins. Where we ended up last night. I haven't run it through a league yet, but it felt good. The sideboard needs work. I put an engineered explosives in. I don't know if that was right, but I have one. So I did it. I think I'm just gonna. I don't know if there's like a challenge going on or what. But go this out Saturday afternoon. Day afternoon. Trying to play in a local tournament tomorrow, but I'm not gonna have the cards in time, and nobody carries the cards I want because they're not good enough. Nobody has 4 Moria Marauders just sitting around locally, at least. And Weckler. And is pretty bad. Yesterday Giganta meant Storm, but I doubt it means that today. I guess we can keep this. Like, not ideal, but I mean, if you get a Ragavan to connect, you're in really good shape. So I think I'm going to throw back the most expensive card in my hand while I only have 1 land. About to get scammed. Gonna see a handful of 1-drops. They're gonna take Ragavan and Stalactite Stalker? No, we're not getting scammed. We're getting... This is a different kind of scam. Makes you want to take back all the money you ever spent on Magic. Turn 1 Preordain. This could be Storm again. It is prowess. The chat said prowess. And I didn't believe it. Probably not a great matchup for us, but especially on 1 land, but could end up being good. We're going to play the Blast Runner to try and block. Hoping to run them out of cards, so I will throw this under the bus. I don't know if I'm throwing it under the bus when it's just jumping. Sure. To bolt my 1/2, so I don't get to throw. Joke. If we rattle off lands, we're in decent shape because the 3/3 first striker is no joke. All in all, I don't mind losing to prowess though when I'm like trying to judge how good the deck is. It's kind of the same idea as our deck and not really trying to metagame against prowess. Eventually that kind of stuff matters, but right now I'm worried about common decks in the land. Got there on a land, a painful land. If I wanted to be able to cast Chain Whirler, I think I'm gonna cast Stalker. How's it going, Gobnik? I actually have brewed a new deck. It feels decent. Not great yet, but it feels okay. We're like sort of 50-50-ish against Scam, but I don't know how good the Scam players were because the brewing token and all that stuff. So we might see our record get even worse than it already is next week. Are we just dead to this? So they double prowess here, and that brings them up to 3. They need 1 more card, but most likely dead. I mean, this was a rough one. We had kept a 1-lander with a whole bunch of aggro cards into what turned out to be an aggro deck. So losing that one hurts a little, but not a huge deal. Molten Collapse, Chalice wrecks them, EE wrecks them. Bitter Triumph hurts a little, but it's better than nothing. Fable is a tiny bit slow. Zoyawa is a Death Toucher, actually. Ragavan, very unlikely to hit. Although we're on the play, but Ragavan is probably just not good enough. At least the Blast Runner like requires them to use more than half of a card on it. So I think we're gonna go like this. We might be starting off with a quick 0-1 though. I mean, this is all right. In a normal matchup, this is exactly what I want to see. So we'll shock in a Blood Crypt. Next turn, we'll be able to fetch a basic mountain. I don't think it matters if I cast this now or later, so I'm just going to cast it on some weird off chance that they do some strange stuff. I don't know what. So they heat the Stalker, which is fine. We're just gonna play out our 2 guys. If they have, what is it, Kozilek's Return? We're just dead to Kozilek's Return. Unfortunately, this costs 3 life. Zoyoa does not cost. Draw on a Scalding Taunt. I guess they would trade if they wanted to double block, and they do double block. And I think it's better to take Soul Scar Mage because it gets to do the Wither shenanigans. Now we're putting the pressure on him with Zoyoa a little bit. They discarded an Expressive Iteration. That's better than I could have hoped for. We have our land for Chain Whirler as our great blocker. Looking okay. Like extremely okay. Though you never know. Kozilek's Return will just kill me. That's kind of what I said. So their prowess creatures get a little big. Zoya was dead. We're going to take 2 here. We are going to slam this Chain Whirler, though. That doesn't work, Icy Dro. If there's a way for me to fix that command easily without updating whatever the hell you call it, I'll do it, but here it is. Oh, I have Cardboard Live and shit, don't I? I could Zoyoa here, or I could Chain Whirler. Zoyoa actually trades with this thing no matter what, and it pressures their hand, so I think I'm going to do Zoyoa. It does cost me 1 life, but I guess this cost me 1 too. And then I guess I want them to think about Lightning Bolt. I don't foresee that mattering. That being a mountain as opposed to anything else. I think the sideboard might be wrong on that list. But mostly correct. A Call of the Death Dweller would actually wipe out both of... Would just be decent because we could discard this and all that. This has got to be one of the worst matchups for the deck, so what are you going to do? Somebody in League's playing Prowess. Gonna beat me. I don't want to play Zoyoa here because I can't trigger it. And I may be able to do something here. Aggressive Iteration brings them up to 2 3s, and then anything they find is going to be good. Then I'm chumping. Maybe I should have played Zoyoa. I was just like really tempted to use all my mana. Yeah, I'm definitely chumping here. What did they put? One top, one bottom. Mishra's Bauble. They're looking to kill me this turn, it looks like. But I'm definitely chumping. Really wishing I had played Zoyoa. That was probably stupid. Especially since... I mean, maybe I draw Call of the Death Dweller now, and like that was not as bad as I'm saying, but kind of wishing I played Zoyoa there. Not a call. This will cost me 3 life. This will cost me 1 life. I'm basically dead, but we'll play it out. Because maybe this should be terminate. But nobody's playing prowess, so I'm not like super concerned. And when you put bitter triumph in your deck, you're kind of conceding burn gets you. So maybe that's the thing. Maybe I shouldn't be playing bitter triumph. I was like really confident yesterday that bitter triumph was going to be everywhere. Then I remembered Sholdred's Edict exists, and like I should just be playing Sholdred's Edict. Sholdred's Edict. I don't even know what that card costs, but like it's pretty much as good as target creature. So I forgot this morning that Sholdred's Edict should be there. This is we're playing this like because you can discard Chain Whirler to the thing, but it's probably just not worth all that. So we're dead to Lava Dart. So that's that. I can't win. I remove 1, I block 1, I'm dead to Lava Dart. Alright, quick 0-1 to prowess. Not a huge deal. Don't like it, but you know, not a big deal. I'm gonna grab more of my coffee. Ugh. Show my microphone when I get up. It doesn't when I'm here. It doesn't when I'm here. Alright, we're in it. I think this is a keep. I mean, we have 3 3-drops, but we have a Ragavan to get us there. We're on the draw. This guy's name is Goblin Schlong. I think we keep this. Mishra's Bauble could be a land, so like I wish that I could get my microphone left with it. It actually would be best if it came from here. So Goblin Schlong looks like they're playing Rhino's deck. Oh, can't be Rhinos with Preordain. What is blue-green Preordain? I don't know what plays that. You played against this dude a few days ago. It's a very difficult name to forget, much like yours, Wizard. It's the I think because I need to hit a land drop, I'm gonna do this, target myself. Zoya, which means I'm gonna play the other one. Unfortunately, it means you don't have things to sacrifice to Zoya, but I need to hit a land drop. Okay, so it's Infect. I see. Man, I don't think we can beat Infect either. All these nonsense decks. I'm playing aggro. I'm not playing the normal controlling style. Infect has got to destroy me. Okay, so we could Zoyoa here if we wanted. Let's see what they do with the Ragavan. Imagine they're gonna pump this guy. But like a lot like Burn, you kind of just want to empty Infect's hand of cards, and everything they don't use on your face is a good thing. I mean, I know this gives you poison counters when you target it, but they could have put this on a real Infect creature, and it would have done a lot more than one poison. So Hexproof and Indestructible is what it got. Interesting. Okay. So we're gonna play a Zoyoa, which has Death Touch. We'll block. And it's gonna tax them a little bit. They're gonna go to 11. I do think we need to find room for Lightning Bolt in this deck. The more I play it, because like, what's the point of doing 3 damage with Zoyoa there if I can't past everything and just bop you out of the game? I really hope they tap out. Ah, they don't want to attack into a Death Toucher. Cowards. I'm gonna straight up play the Chain Whirler because it's gonna get a card out of their hand. The other line would be like, if you think you're totally safe, you play Fable, you card Chain all, but I don't think we need that here. We're going to be triggering Zoyoa either way. We do this first main to get any tricks out of their hand. Then we can think about attacking. Since this doesn't really block anything worth blocking. That Chain Whirler doesn't already block. They got to decide if they want their unblockable creature. Even if, I mean, we know they have a scale up in hand. So, like, this unblockable creature is going to hurt pretty bad. But it won't kill us. And we're really hoping that they kill this Chain Whirler somehow so we can call it back and kill their Blighted Agent. Maybe I should have actually discarded it, because then I could block this turn. And then next turn, they took 3 again. Apparently they're planning on killing me here. I'm not sure that they can. Scale up, Ink Moth. That's 6/7. This guy's Toxic 1, so he's not enough. Is this Xaxes? I mean, I couldn't have blocked more than I'm blocking right now, but that's 6, 7, 8. But this is just 7. Oh, and yeah, that's exact. All right. Well, I was dead no matter what I did here. So that's that. Well played. Another prowess infect type aggro deck that we're not going to do well against. Kind of annoying, but it is what it is. Bitter Triumph at its best in this matchup where your life total doesn't actually matter. Let's just bring our curve down a bit. I don't think Moria Marauder is like where we want to be. Zoya was a good blocker. Ragavan is like never gonna... I mean, Ragavan got a card out of their hand. We also didn't see any Furies. Actually, let's just take away the Blast Runner. This is like... I really want the upside of Ragavan. Oh, I didn't want 61. I thought I took that last guy out. Man, and then you see him in your hand. I guess we'll keep this because Fable is decent. We're gonna trigger Zoiwa. This has been an unfortunate set of pairings to the point where I'm almost. I mean, I think there's a challenge going on right now, right? And I'm just in leagues. So, like, the leagues are always full of these wild, weird combo decks. It used to be when a challenge was going on, you would, like, guarantee that you were going to face Tron in every league match because it was, like, the de facto, I don't have to think about this. I'm just going to jam my cards out there. But Tron's a little bit harder to play now. Orcish Bowmasters would be very good here. Not quite. We're going to shock it in. Well, we don't need them to see that. We're going to hit them for 3. Can't block. I'm going to try to start playing tighter. A thing I always say is, like, it doesn't matter here. Like, I totally could have played this pre-combat, and it really doesn't matter. They can't block. But, like, if I get into the habit, I won't make the mistake when it does matter. Like, I'm aware of the spots that it matters. I know you're supposed to play everything second main. I used to play really tight and be a decent limited player. And then I started playing combo decks and constructed. And now I know what matters. But when you play these mid-range decks, you have to play them a lot more like limited decks. Because you gotta goad your opponents into making mistakes. I will block every time here. They don't allow me to. They're at 7 already. Man, am I wishing I had Lightning Bolt. You know what I mean? Oh, am I just gonna die? They just had double mutagenic growth. I just got turn 2'd. So it is what it is. I don't think I'm beating that deck without pushing a little bit of damage. Maybe I'm supposed to hang back. I don't know. I'm not really too concerned with how to play the Infect and Prowess matchups with my aggro deck. Like, they're probably fun, good matchups, but wishing I was playing against Scam and Beans. Sneeze. I brewed my own coffee today for the first time in probably months, and the coffee rounds are like making me sneeze for an hour. That was really unfortunate. I mean, at least I don't know. I don't let the records. Got a full house here, but no lands. This is better, but still not good. But I mean, I'm gonna keep it. What do I throw back? I have no way to. I'm not gonna cast Chain Whirler for a minute. And I already have the Bowmasters to go with the call, so I guess I have to do this. But Galactite Stalker, no fetches is rough. It's funny. Our records against the good decks are about 50-50. And our records against the bad decks, it's like I haven't beaten a single one. Which is like the opposite of Goblins, like the mid-range Goblins. When you play against the mid-range Goblins, it's like they're not going to draw extra cards, right? But do I need to keep Bowmasters open? I feel like I do. So I think I'm not going to play Zoyoa here. Because there's no way I'm triggering Descend, so it's really just a 2/2. And they might play a 1/1. With mid-range goblins, you never lose to the to the slower, not slower, like just bad deck. Like I probably wouldn't lose 9 out of 10 games to Infect with the Snoop combo. Just because you can race them and they have no interaction. But we're like on that very light interaction. I don't like the patchwork, and I can't pay for ward, but I'm gonna attack into it. We're gonna attack into it, hope that they trade something, which they probably won't. Then we'll see how this goes. Moria Marauder would be a decent draw. I haven't played against Scales in a while. If this deck is bad against Scales but good against Ham and Beans, like that's one thing. I would hope that we have a good enough plan Scales though. They're ginger. I wonder what. Okay, Boz is pretty good. Damn, that got big quick. They can't really attack with this guy, but that got big really quickly. Oh, okay. So they zeroed the Hangerback Walker to put 2 counters here. Or is it even more than that? Or are they scrying? The counters are already on. They scryed 1 to the top, which is on. Really? I mean, I guess this makes sense because they get 2 more counters here. But I mean, I take advantage of the fact that they scryed 1 to the top, and I essentially Doomblade their creature. Not really what I wanted to see. I can just put Zoyoa back on the field. We attack and they block with Zabaz, we can kill it. I think my hope is that they block, like, I think actually no matter what they block, I'm okay with it because then I get value off of this call. Ideally, they block the Bowmasters. Then I come ping this guy. They don't know it has menace. Ooh, no. No. So that was neat. I'm not sure that it's enough, But it was neat. So here, I imagine they're going to make a construct. They're going to grab the Ozolith. Then there's a boss is like pretty decent. But I have a whole bunch of menace creatures. One with Death Touch. Like, I'm okay. Guess I can. This doesn't do anything here. I think I'm just going to swing with everything. And then regenerate doesn't help -X, -X. So I think we're actually still in really good shape here as far as attacking. So it's got menace and they know it now. So what I can do, I keep like impulsively clicking turn off auto yields. So I can sack this one or I can sack this one. If I sack this one, it kills a boss. These trade. Do I want that? It's a 2 for 2, and then I'm swinging in for just 2 a turn. Although I do have the Blast Runner. But if I sack this one, all they have is this Construct token. Which is like, actually they can regenerate the Construct token. So I think I just sack this. The flavor text comes up on Stalactite Stalker a lot. They take 4, they go to 9. This is going to trigger. I can't play the Blast Runner, unfortunately, because this is a Blackcleave Cliffs, which means it's going to come into play tapped. What are they destroying? Oh, they're destroying Zabaz? That's interesting. I didn't even know it could do itself. But they take 4. I don't think they can 20 me from here. I have 2 menace creatures and the orc army. That's pretty good. Man, all these +1/+1 counters make you want to do something with them. Like, it's very appealing to just be like, give me the Soul Cauldron Ballista shit, but they have a bunch of power. Zoya was solid. Doesn't do a ton here. So this has Menace. This has Death Touch and Menace. So I'm getting in damage no matter what. I want something to die to trigger Zoya. Although they do have the welding jar, so whatever I try to kill is gonna survive. Although the Hangerback Walker won't. But then my menace is like no longer relevant. Do I just hang back and hope to draw some other thing? I think maybe I do that. I can trade the Bowmasters for this welding jar. Kind of don't mind that, but and a Zoya trigger and a Stalactite Stalker grow. Yeah, I think I kind of want to do that. It just feels right. Would I also attack with this Orc army? If I attack with the Orc army, they could just eat it and they take one. And then I don't even trigger Zoya. So let's do this. I'm going to attack with just the Bowmasters. I don't think they realize it has menace. Now they just take one. All right, that's fine. I don't mind just taking one. So, good draws next turn include, I don't know, Mishra's Baubles, fetch lands. Hardened Scales is a big deal. Thing is gonna get giant. As soon as they draw a Ravager, I'm basically dead. So I have a lot of menace creatures. Fury is like both a great draw and one of the worst draws. Like, well, I can't even evoke it. One land away. So maybe here we gotta do the math. So I have 1, 2, basically 3 menace creatures, but not super important that this has menace. So I have 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 damage. If I sack this, this becomes 3 damage. So like you're kind of hoping they block here. They have a Blink Moth Nexus to block as well. So I would imagine that blocks Zoya or the Blast Runner. And then something is going to die. I think this is a swing out. I do think we have him basically dead. Might go to 1. Not sure. I'm assuming they're going to block here, but the reality is they're probably going to block these two. And then I deal 3, 4, 5 damage. They're at 2. And can they kill me? I don't know. Wishing I had a lightning bolt. So I can sack this to... I can sack this to give this 3, 3, 4. And then Zoyo triggers. That's probably not worth it. Oh shit, I did not realize how many guys that would be. This is gonna be an 11-11. I'm Am I dead? 11, 16, 17? Not dead, but not by a lot. Oh, I'm in trouble. I wish I had a lightning bolt. I'm wishing that a lot these days. How do we fit lightning bolt into this list? Like, is call just not good enough? Call's not good enough out of this. No, I feel like the list has been playing pretty good. I don't want to like keep second guessing. So this is just 10. Fine. I feel like so they're like dead to red card is what I think. Specifically red card. Casting Fury, not as good. Although if it's a fetch land that I use to cast it, that's actually pretty good. That do it. They block, they block. They can activate to block. See what we've got coming up. So that's red card. I do think I have to wait another turn. And I guess chump with the Bowmaster. So we kind of have to hope that they make the same attack. He just played an Inkmoth Nexus. With one card in hand. Probably another land, given how like they haven't missed any land drops and they're not playing anything that's super impactful. Could be something else. This is risky. Interesting. I guess it puts me dead next turn. Why they're doing it. I actually think that I'm gonna play this over the Ragavan. I'm gonna evoke. Actually, this allows, if I keep the Ragavan, it allows me to activate this and play Ragavan, which may end up becoming relevant from some unforeseen thing. I'm gonna try to kill them right now, but it may not work. So we're gonna have 2 menace creatures. They're gonna be able to activate. Oh, we actually might not kill them here. Because they can activate 2 Inkmoth Nexuses. Maybe I shouldn't be attacking with the bowmasters. Probably shouldn't be attacking with the bowmasters. Okay, I was about to say, I don't know why they're only activating one. I should have left this back to block, because it's a much better blocker than Ragavan. Um, so is this gonna do enough damage to kill this? Because so this will die. These will die. I'll have one less counter here. I'll be a 4/4, and this will have 1, 2, 3 less, and then take 2 damage. Well, let's just let damage happen. Oh wait, no, 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 no! Set the stop. Have the stop. We'll see if it works. Okay. I guess the stop doesn't actually matter. Do I want to kill this? Because it will die. And then they just have a 1/1. I have a menace. I think I do need to kill it. Oh, I guess they could regen with welding jar. Regen removes all damage, right? So then welding jar brings it down to a 5/5. I'm giving it -4, -4. I actually don't think it dies. If I make it a 5/5, I'm confused. I actually don't know how this is going to work. I have to decide if I want to sacrifice this thing or not. I mean, I have 2 menace threats in there at 1, and I can try to chump. Giving it -4, -4 kills it, but they regen it. That's going to remove all the damage, and it'll just be a 2/2, and then... Okay. So I can't kill it. I'm glad I noticed that before I tried it. Oh, now I can give it -5, -5, but it'll be a 1/1, so it doesn't change anything. Actually, it would have changed it, wouldn't it? I think I had it wrong. Because now I'm giving it -5, -5, and welding jar makes it. Alright, we barely won that game. Molten Collapse is actually at its best against these guys. I don't know if you actually play Chalice. Pithing Needle is decent. Bitter Triumph is decent. Chain Whirler isn't very good unless you have all, but maybe we should be playing for that. They got one more Marauder. Actually, these, well, Blast Runners pushed in a ton of damage. We're gonna do it like this. It's getting cold in here. Give me a second. This is a decent hand. If I drew a fetch land, it would be even better. Like that, although I don't like that. That, I think I can work with that. I do think that I want to crack this. Ravager is not good for us. Hoping that I draw a Pithing Needle or something before they get that Ravager in play. Well, they're going to get it in play this turn. Unless maybe they kept a one-lander, I don't know. Not a one-lander. Ravager plus Zabaz is a lot of math. Hangerback Walker, not Ravager. So, okay. Molten Collapse is actually pretty solid here. I think DRC also be. Yeah, I agree. I thought about it. I think Ragavan goes in the DRC slot right now, and I think Ragavan is better. You could play DRC over the Goblin Blast Runner, but we'd have to rebuild the deck a little bit because we don't have a lot of card types. We have exactly Delirium in our card types, so it's like not really enough. So Molten Collapse actually doesn't do enough here. Because Molten Collapse is gonna target this, and then that forces them to crack it, but like they're just gonna crack it to save the thing that I was targeting anyway. So I think here I'm just gonna cast this. Do I want to try to kill Zabaz now, or do I wait in case they like attack? I could play Zoyawa. And then put that off, but then my pinger is going to get worse and worse and worse. This is like one of the few times I can force this welding jar. Off the field without Ravager in play. I guess I could wait till the next turn to do that. Do it in response. Pithing Needle is actually not the worst. Kinda wish that I had that already. So they can make their stuff pretty big here. Can we get them with the Molten Collapse? Can't really get them. So I'm going to Pithing Needle, name Arcbound Ravager. Oh, this is actually pretty sick, what's about to happen to them. So they can't block here. I'm almost definitely gonna Molten Collapse onto or targeting. Oh, do I target the Hangerback Walker now? Because I Pithing Needled Ravager, or do I still target Ravager? It's actually a tough call. Because this is like essentially just a 2/2 with modular 1 now, so like why kill it? But then if I kill this, like they get 3 1/1s, but um and I can kill the Ravager eventually with my Stalactite Stalker. I can just keep attacking past the Hangerback Walker with my Menace, jumping it. I triggered Descend, right? Maybe I just save the Molten Collapse for Zabaz. And then if they try to block, like leave back their guys, I kill the Ravager. Then my Menace comes in again. I guess I didn't trigger Descend. I thought I sacrificed the Bauble this turn. I guess not. Is this a sign of weakness or extreme strength? Extreme strength. Oh man, am I dead? Wishing I had a lightning bolt yet again. Um so I guess I should have Molten Collapsed that, but I did not see this coming. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I'm not dead to it, but over 2 turns I am. I wonder why they didn't do all of them. I guess it doesn't matter because it's 2 turns either way. Well, a Bitter Triumph would be great here. I think I'm going to have to leave a whole bunch of mana open, though. All doesn't really do anything unless I can get them to kill my Bowmaster. Even then, it doesn't do anything. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We're gonna attack in because we can't block the flyers anyway. We're gonna have to sacrifice our stalactite stalker. To keep ourselves from dying. So we're gonna play this. I actually don't know if it's even enough. We remove 3 from it and we take 3. Yeah, so it is enough for one more turn. They should have put them all on. I guess they missed that. Because it's a 6/6 down to a 3/3, and we have 6 infect. But if they can give it even one more point of damage, lose. The flavor text coming in handy. They're kicking themselves right now. They're at 6. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 on the field. Ballista for 1. I assume you're going to kill my stalker so that doesn't happen again. Yeah, this being sorcery speed is like actually terrible. Wishing this was Bitter Triumph again. Although, had they played Hardened Scales, I'd be so psyched that it was what it was. Can I win here? Not really sure I can. We're just going to attack with everything. See what happens. Man, lightning bolts would be so good instead of this as well. They left the Bowmaster alive. Can bring both my stalkers back. It doesn't do anything. Don't have the damage. I'm just going to pass instead of conceding to see what choice. So they discarded a Shadow Spear. So we're just dead on board. Wishing I had. I think the next iteration is just going to remove all of the Bitter Triumphs and Molten Collapses and make them Lightning Bolt. But that wasn't terrible. Like, that was really close. In fact, some different decisions might have changed it. I have a very low amount of time on my clock, so I'm going to be playing fast and loose now. And probably talking a lot less. Well, I don't know if that'll happen, but I won't be able to explain my reasoning. Or do any of the math that you need to do. See if we can get a Hardened Scales out of here. Regenerate target artifact. That's rough. I don't think I'm gonna try to destroy the Ozolith. We're just gonna hope for an opportunity to Bowmaster something, force them to pop the jar, and then kill the Ozolith on our next. They don't give us the opportunity, just Bowmaster. Whole bunch of fear. Gonna pass. Kind of the same position we were in last turn, but a little better. I have 1,000 glasses of water out here. Ravager is good. So we're going to try and get them to pop the welding jar on Ravager. Then we'll be able to do our thing. Now that I drew this, I kind of want to keep the Fable. So we're going to pitch Fury to Fury. This. Generate it. Cast Molten Collapse with modes. And I'm not going to sack this Bloodstained Mire this turn because of Goblin Blast. I almost did it, but I'm not going to. Cost me 3 cards to do all that. So, like, not totally just like, wow, I can't believe you wrecked me with that broken card. But, you know, 3 cards would... What? Oh, they're just going to modular onto the Inkmoth Nexus? Back it up. Wishing I had a lightning bolt. Just in the deck, it would be so good. Maybe calls to just lightning bolt. Five damage. I assume they're gonna equip to make it a 3-turn clock as opposed to 4, although they don't have to do it the first turn. But they're on a similar clock. Grab a basic mountain. So we are presenting lethal. Three, four, five, six, seven. Yeah. This is lethal. They tap out again, they're dead. I assume they're just gonna hit without equipping, but maybe no. They're just dead. I mean, I guess they could play land something. No, nothing. So we're just gonna discard Blackleaf Cliffs. Bitter Triumph is like that cinches the game up. We'll grab Basic Swamp. Oh, they gain life from Shadow Spear. I see. That's why they're not just dead. But Bitter Triumph is gonna save us here. I feel like you shouldn't be able to lifelink off of infect damage, but not even flavor wise, because it's like a weird replacement effect. So they can sacrifice the Nexus if I wait, and I'm already dead to it. So let's just. Now they just have one blocker. We can sacrifice the treasure token to give this guy menace. And they can't do anything. We got there. So we beat the first real matchup in Hardened Scales. So that's promising to me. Like, I know my record right now is 1-2, but like if I end up 2-3ing this league and I lose to Prowess, Storm, whatever, and I beat Hardened Scales and Scam, I'm gonna be happy. Because I don't know. If you don't want to lose to those other decks, probably don't play this one. Although we have 4 Furies, so like we're okay in those matchups. I'm just playing poorly. I mean, I didn't draw the Fury, but you could always add more removal. Last Runner is pushing a ton of damage. All right. Going for our second win. Their last seen deck was mono red. Oh no. Benjamin 13. Don't be on mono red. This is a super keep against mono red, right? Just like you block really well. Your lands are pretty painless. Are they going to be on the M. Hayashi mono red? So they bobble themselves. They didn't like what they see. They play Stomping Ground. This looks like Spike's red-green Storm. Which is really just like an aggro deck that storms you for like Grape Shot for 5. Okay, so we're gonna do the fetch land trick as well. Oh, I could have played this. I don't know why I'm doing. I did it wrong. I did the fetch land trick wrong. The first time I ever did it. We don't want that, which is good. So I don't know how good Pain Whirler is against Red Green Storm. We don't have a lot of great removal. Fury's not bad though. I think we can afford to wait on that. We're gonna save our fetch lands for the Blast Runner. We're almost certainly playing Bowmasters this turn. So Friends Resolve. Dragon's Rage Chain. Only 3 card types in the no creatures. Because there's no creatures and there's 3 card types, we're gonna get the opportunity to Bowmaster. Dragon's Rage Channeler. That was a little bit lucky. Lucky. What are you gonna do? A good card. Put a Grape Shot into the yard. Would not have been the 4th type, but probably would have done that either way. Now they won't attack with a Narcomancer, but I am going to attack into a Narcomancer. And then probably pop down a Chain Whirler if they block. Not. They have some obvious. No blocks. So I could pitch Fury to just take out this one thing, but they have a lot of good stuff. Play guys. Practice fetch. So DRC is big now. They bolt my stalactites. Surprised they don't attack in for 2. So I'm gonna pitch Chain Whirler, play Chain Whirler. I almost yielded through. They unholy eat the Blast Runner. That's funny. It always feels good to have your card that nobody else is playing and is a crappy common get premium removal spell used on it. This is 1, 2, 5, 6, 7 damage next turn with a pseudo removal spell in play. So we're empty-handed. They have 3 cards in hand. They could draw. They actually about to draw cards. Is that what that was about? Yes, they are. They could Underworld Breach at any minute to get like just lots of stuff back. Yeah, Mishra's Bauble, Underworld Breach. Oh, that's really, man, makes me feel like I should be playing Underworld Breach just because I have 4 baubles, and like how could that? Still gonna do 6 to that. Man, is there a way for us to fit this in? But then like you just become their deck. I haven't drawn a Moria Marauder once today. It would be pretty solid here. Are they gonna draw 5 cards? Four cards. I mean, this triggers Descend, so I'm gonna play it and crack it. But they may end up 16 in me here. You never know. We've seen like 2 or 3 unholy heats already, so they don't have many left. That's sort of a good sign. I assume they're saying, oh, they got lightning bolt. I mean, we have 2/3 drops. I assume they kill the menace one. 2/3 power creatures. So we're probably gonna end up doing 1 to them. Fortunate. Gonna be bolt, guys. Yep. They take 1. Another Underworld Breach is bad for us. Oh, I really thought they were about to play it. A Narcomancer is not the worst for us. Shouldn't be F6ing now that they have that in play. They're seeking the beast. The Questing Druid just costs 1. Ragavan is interesting. So now, I mean, a lot of cards do it for me here. That is not one of them. Damn. Can't believe we've got him at 1. There's no way to make this happen on this turn. So we gotta just pass. This is a very cool deck. What they're playing. I've been enjoying how diverse the whole format is getting, even though there's like a lot of the same cards over and over again. Like the fact that, like, okay, you play Ragavan, but then the rest of the cards are like, you know, up for grabs. There's a lot of different ways for Ragavan to empower strategies like ours. Feeling pretty good. Call of the Death Dweller is like the actual perfect draw. All right, so they're targeting my Stalker, which means now's my chance to pop it. You know, I don't really have a ton of great targets, but I guess I can block Ragavan, so I don't know. But if Ragavan starts ripping cards off my deck, that's bad for me. Probably. Although they can't gain life. I just don't know which one. It's not a huge deal. I guess theoretically this is the best card in play. Other than, or that I can kill. Ugh. Oh, am I just dead? This is gonna be 7, 9. No, I don't look dead. I can still top deck Orcish Bowmaster, anything like that. Let's see what Ragavan exiles for the pain. This was already here. Moria Marauder? Don't need it. Thank you. Fury doesn't do it. Fury doesn't do it. Alright, game 3? Or was that game 1? I don't even know. Game 1. Where we beat. That was the diff. Bitter Triumph seems fine. Molten Collapse seems good. Engineered Explosives is really good. EE on 2. You Chalice on 2, they lose the game. I don't think we want Chalice here. I don't think Moria Marauder is good in general in this matchup. Ragavan's fine. Zoya was a little expensive for how slow it is to take effect. We can do that and shave like 1 Blast Runner. Zoya does have Death Touch. I like his orangutan. His orangutan. File picture. Kind of wish that the numbers weren't so in the way. Gonna make lunch after. Oh no, this isn't. This. Oh, I finished. Good against? Is this good enough? E on 2, good. Fury, good. Can I like, do I have to push pressure early? Because they have that Underworld Breach stuff, which is like just so good. I mean, there are better hands than this. Especially I'm on the play. Let's try for a better one. This isn't too much better, but I mean, I guess you keep it because it's got a removal spell. A removal spell for a Ragavan. Iowa. Throw back our most painful land. So we're hoping to see turn 1 Ragavan here. There we are. They can't. They're not going to counter my spell, so. Oh, I should have saved that fetch land for Zoyoa. Whoops. Have to shock this in because Chain Whirler. I should have just shocked this in. So here they're going to Manamorphose, but we're in combat. So like, their turn 2 is kind of just dead now. I don't know if that was right to do on their end, because now you're like, yeah, you just black hole 2 mana. So we're just gonna play a Zoyoa. Play this. Oh no, I'm supposed to play the Blackcleave Cliffs. Because I can always, at this point, they're the same land. Doesn't matter that. That was bad. That's actually super good for us if they don't get Delirium. Oh, wow. I mean, I'm going to attempt it. Haha, they just concede to that. All right. I'll take that. Guess we're running it back. That lined up so well. I don't mind this. It's not like the best hand in the world, but it's got a removal spell for a questing beast or an archamancer. We trigger Zoyoa turn 2. We connect with Ragavan. That's pretty good. I mean, I doubt we're connecting with Ragavan, but if we do, interesting. They know the card that I'm about to draw, which means I should play it if I can. Mount Doom? I don't want to play Mount Doom. That's a pretty decent follow-up. In the Ragavan, fine. I think that means I'm gonna play Blast Runner and Stalker off of this Mount Doom. How's it going, Corey? So them putting that into play tapped is pretty good news for us. That means they likely don't have more 1-mana removals. Yeah, it's the weekend. My girlfriend is out of town. So I'm just kind of hanging out on my own, which means I get a chance to stream these exciting new brews that I've been working on. Try and tune it up. I would love to be able to play this. Ooh, that's pretty solid. I would love to be able to play this tomorrow. My local, but I don't think I can find the Moria Marauders and the Blast Runner time. Because people aren't going to have those cards laying around. I'm more likely to find 4 Ragavans in time than those. See, I'll show up there and ask. So they only get to kill the Stalker here. Harvest is going to be... They got a Ren's Resolve with... Wait, what happened? Had 3 grape shots, and they targeted Summit here. They only dealt 1, not realizing... Well, that was really bad for them. I am going to Molten Collapsus and Archimancer because they are a Storm deck. So we'll hit him for 5. Got 2 3/3s in play. Man, I really do think that maybe all these Bitter Triumphs and Molten Collapses should just be Lightning Bolt. Or that I should at least make room for Lightning Bolts. Because it's like really often I've got 1 mana left over and like my curve is low enough that I think I can support things like Lightning Bolt really well because like 2 drop and 1, you know what I'm saying? Do I want to play? All right, so I'm gonna grab a. I might as well grab a basic one, because we can trigger this. So like, maybe that ends up being what we want to do. Okay. So, bolt our Blast Runner, which I think means that I want to play Fable? Actually, I want to play Fable or Zoiwa because I'd like to trigger Zoiwa. They're going to take another 3. Nope, they don't take 3. They discard a fetch land. Play a shock. They're passing. So that's pretty decent for me. I think... So if they play an Underworld Breach, I can still Bowmasters them. I actually think that I'm gonna do this. We're probably not gonna discard anything. They put Gigantha in their hand, play a shock. You're gonna swing it for 4. Um, yeah, I don't mind playing Stalactite Stalker. So there's the heat. They're gonna go to 7. We might actually Mount Doom them, bring them to 6. They find Dragon's Rage Channel or Grape Shot. Those are both very good cards. Who are they grape shotting? Let's see if they don't mess up this time. So I can't do both here. Kind of stink. I actually think I'm just gonna hard cast Fury, which means I'm gonna play this Bowmaster's end step. Because I mean, Underworld Breach wrecks me at like any point here, but forcing them to have that. All right, we beat Red Green Storm. We beat a Spike Brew with a Zamgeef Brew. So we're going for 3-2 in the 3 roll. 0-2 into 2-2. I'm gonna grab some water. We're on the play against Esoteric Moyer. That means this seems like a solid keepable hand. So we're gonna do just that. Blackcleave Cliffs into Ragavan turn 1. You're playing against Scam. That's what it looks like. Am I also playing against Scam? Could be. Nope. Another. Is this Burn or is this another Prowess deck? I actually do think that it's worth killing a Monastery Swiftspear to get in with Ragavan. Especially when I'm pitching another Ragavan, which is legendary. So, see what we get. We get Roiling Vortex. So this is just burn. I don't want this in play. even though I could cast it. I kind of want my Blast Runner in play, and I also kind of want my Zoiwa in play. But then I won't have anything to sacrifice to make the Blast Runner good. Unless I connect with Ragavan again. Which is possible. Unfortunately, I do have to shock here because of the Chain Whirler. I wasted a lot of my Descend triggers on that one turn, but I think putting Burn on the back foot is a pretty big deal. They don't play the control game well because they don't draw very many cards. Searing Blaze my Ragavan, that's okay. We're going to hit them for at least 3 this turn. We're going to hit them for a little bit more than 3. Fortunately, we're shocking again. Which, maybe I shouldn't do that. I'm going to try to end this ASAP. We don't have exactly lethal on board. Actually, we do have exactly lethal. So they have to discard a Rolling Vortex. That was a pretty impressive little curve out. So they spike me. A Lightning Helix would be pretty good for them. If they had a Lightning Helix, I got to imagine they would slam it. They're skewering the Zoiwa. Interesting. That was pretty good. They would have killed the Chain Whirler. They don't die there necessarily. So we want all of our creature removal. I think I bring in Chalice here. I don't think Bitter Triumph is actually good enough in the burn matchup, believe it or not. So I think we probably want to get rid of Moria Marauder. Fable's probably a little bit slow. I think this is what I would do. What I am doing. Now this, I was talking about how earlier, like how I wasn't too concerned about losing to Prowess and Infect because people really aren't playing them. The burn matchup does matter. Now, you don't want to build your deck around burn, beating the burn matchup, but like, you know, you want to know where you're at. This seems like a pretty decent hand against burn. Blocks really well. Our lands are not painful. And it puts some power into play. So Fury on top. I kind of think I want to just Fable this Fury out right now. Have an extra card with this Mishra's Bauble, so like do it. And then I want to know what they have in hand. So just a Scalding Tarn. They'll play the Scalding Tarn here. We'll see. If they double Goblin Guide me. Sanctifier and Vec. Pretty solid. Blocks me. It clocks me and it blocks me. Oof. That's a rough one. 2 Sanctifiers. My only real defense against that is oh, it looks like I drew my only real defense against it. So what I'm gonna do is just play Chain Whirler, and then next turn I'm gonna E on 2. I'm gonna have to shock it in, but I think that that's better than playing 2 Bowmasters that end up dying to your own engineered explosives. Makes me want to play more engineered. I hate these cards. I always play black-red decks, and they always get me. One back, one. Goblins, probably. That's who engineers all the explosives I've seen. So if I attack with everybody, very high chance that they block the Bowmaster so they can this. I lose 1 damage, but I think that's fine when I'm safer. One damage off of the Bowmaster ping if they do it in response here or something like that. Like, probably dwarves? No. I would play a dwarf deck. That would be pretty fun. Now, unfortunately, although maybe I do the math here. If they wow, they're they screwed themselves because the target doesn't die because it gets exiled instead because of Sanctifier and Vec. The Searing Blood does no damage. They've got a Rift Bolt. They're attacking me. They're only attacking me for 2? I mean, I'm gonna pop it either way. Oh, interesting. Okay, that's pretty bad for me. I don't know if I can push enough damage now. They're gonna hit me for 4 next turn. Actually, they're gonna hit me for lethal next turn. Unless I can do something. One of Boros Charm's modes is make your creatures indestructible. Usually they do it for the damage clause, but here clearly not. Interesting. 0 cards in hand, but the Rift Bolt is suspended. No way to block these. Pro black and red. Yep, can't do it. All right. Next game. Does that change anything? I don't think it changes anything. Maybe once they attacked with 1 and 1, I should have like meld something and then played Bowmasters. Then I attack in again, and then they still... I don't think there was a way around that. Protection from 2 colors seems a little excessive. Well, I think that's a Modern Horizons 1 card? Does it tell you the set when you do card? No, it doesn't. So, but you can't even blame Modern Horizons 2 for that one, I don't think. I mean, turn 1 Ragavan and a Fury. This seems okay. I mean, we lose to Sanctifier and Vex with this hand, but like I do think Ragavan into Fable is going to be good in a lot of games. So they bolt me. That's fine. I should have played this. So that's almost definitely a Boros Charm. I guess it could just be like 2 burn spell. Do I want to Fable this turn or do I want to trigger Zoyawa? I think there's no bad modes on Zoyawa. We may end up wanting to discard this Chain Whirler, so we'll... Wait, no, don't. Oh, I fucked it up. I meant to trigger Zoyawa. I guess they could have stopped me, but... that's fine. Had we both played correctly, we'd be in the same spot. So I don't mind too much. They call that not being punished. There's the Sanctifier. Really do hate that card. They got a Rift Bolt on its way down. I think we can put more damage into play faster than them. They have a Skewer the Critics, though. You hit me for 5, 6, 7. I'm at a virtual 7 life. Maybe we can't put damage play faster. Damn. They had 3 cards in hand and I was feeling decent, but they're about to. Guess this is why people were playing Pyrite Spellbombs in their little red aggro decks. Seems so strange a card for red to play, and yet for burn to play, and yet they all have it. Need a goblin with protection from right? Yeah, that would be great. So at least you could just sit there and look at each other. There is one goblin with protection. Or there's at least a red card. Oh, I'm dead. Alright. I don't have any life gain. I can't kill them. We got beat by burn. So 2-3. 2-3 in our league with the new aggroer version. I really don't think that that was a bad result, believe it or not, given the matchup. I mean, we lost every aggro matchup, but I am totally not prepared for that in terms of like boarding and whatever. Bitter Triumph, I think, is going to take a back seat. Lightning Bolt. And can we find room for bolts in the main? Do we actually want... We actually want this many blast runners? I guess you could remove a Zoyowa. I think. Like, you could remove a Zoyowa. You could remove... I don't know. A blast runner, a land. Are the Marauders not good enough? The Marauders are pretty solid. The Furies have been pretty good. We should be playing Sheoldred's Edict. Do I have them? Oh, I have 4 of them. I didn't even know I owned them. As long as you sacrifice. Maybe we play 2 of these. Can I fit another lightning bolt? Although Zoyo was great every time I cast it there. Just feeling like having 0 removal spells main other than these pingers is like, well, I guess I have the 4 Furies. Is it more important that I go face? Should I like... Maybe we pull the Fury here, add another bolt. And then we get rid of Thought Seizes. And then I don't have another Engineered Explosives, but like this would be pretty good. Because it's clear that we're just like not good against these aggro decks. And I don't think we have to be so bad against them. Although Zoyo is good again. I mean, we beat Red Green Storm, which is the realest among them other than Burn. And Burn, we got Sanctifier Invect. I've been getting Sanctifier Invect for like 15 years at this point. I don't really feel too bad about it. I don't know. Should I be playing this Bolt? Do you play just 3 baubles? Is Moria Marauder just not good enough? I've wanted to draw it a couple times and just haven't. Really like Moria Marauder. I'm not cutting it. Is 19 lands enough? I don't think 19 lands is enough with this many 3-drops. Maybe that's just it. Maybe we have too many 3-drops and we should Really feel that way though. Like call is basically always good. I'm never like ending my games with cards in hand, so I think I leave all these. I mean, this feels right. It's possible this is just too many one drops, and Zoyoa is better than the 4th Goblin Blast Runner. Because it's been good, but it doesn't have haste. Is 11 one drops enough with lightning bolts? It feels like it. Although you are like, that's, what do they call it? Being of two, kind of pulling yourselves in two different directions by adding lightning bolts but cutting your aggro down a little bit. Yeah, I mean, the 4th Zoyoa is probably just excessive. To make it harder to stop. But I'm going to stick with this for now. And then as far as the 15th sideboard card, because I don't have another EE, play another shoulder. Try that out. Good. I'm gonna go with this the next time I play. I don't know when that's gonna be. I might play it without streaming today. But for you guys, I'm gonna raid somebody with viewers. There's nobody on that I see that needs. There's Doomwake. Yeah, I don't see anybody playing modern that looks like they viewers. So anyway, you can find your own guys. Thank you for joining me. I will see you guys around. I'm gonna keep this until